This is the church that we started.
When did you start here?
We started here in 1977. This is where we were having revival. We only built the wall and there was no roof. We only had a potbelly stove right here, and people were all sitting in here with blankets and thick coat. And it started snowing, and the snow was just coming in big flakes. So I started singing for the offering, and then one of the lady right here started giggling, and pretty soon another one over here, and then one in the back, and then pretty soon just everybody started laughing, and everybody started laughing, and even myself. And I got the tickle on my belly, and I started laughing as well. And that's when it came to me, House of Joy.
Back when I was 12 years old in Africa, serving as a missionary kid with my dad, I had as clear direction with God as I've ever had, that if I was going to serve in the world, I was going to serve alongside and under great national leaders in countries around the world. And one of the things that's so incredible is to have you leading Kensington now, which I could not feel more joy about, but also knowing that your heart and your love for the world and serving with indigenous leaders around the world, this is truly a great moment for me.
Oh, well, thanks, Steve. I love that this is a part of the fabric of who Kensington Church is, because it's one of the things that really drew me to Kensington is your humility and love for people around the world. That humility to say, we've got a lot to learn, but we can also be a blessing, and walking in that. And today, it's just such a great joy to be able to announce to everybody today that we have another global partner. It's on the globe, but it's in Arizona. We're calling it a global partner because it's on the globe, but it's closer. It's serving the Navajo people, the Dine people, and it's bringing the gospel, helping feed people, building, but really bringing Jesus into a place where few know him.
This canyon behind us is called Se'ekle, meaning that from the mouth of this canyon, there's a white strip of rock that goes right in the center of the canyon, and it goes all the way around and back out. And that's what's called Se'ekle. So why don't we call it Se'ekle, House of Joy? I always come to church and I pray, Lord, bring joy and fill this house with joy. And when people come in, they feel it. So it says, know you not that you are the temple of the living God, and the Spirit of God dwells in you. One person came to the church, and he sat way in the back. And at the service, he came to me, and he said he got attacked by anxiety, and it was so bad. He said that he was about to leave. He wanted to just leave, go home, and not to disturb anything. But somehow, someone told him, go in. So he did. He came in, and once he came in, the anxiety just left him. After service, he came to me and told me the ordeal that he had.
The Dine people have many hardships that they're living in. They're limited to the access to running water. Unfortunately, that means that they are in situations maybe where high poverty, alcoholism can come into play, domestic abuse, drug abuse.
Somebody in the family might be using and causing the family to go through the stresses, the financial stresses of losses, and what very little income that they come across. Some people have to just let the power go, and sometimes it's just a normal thing.
These are just very difficult situations to live in, and the House of Joy has stepped in and has tried to provide for some of these needs. The food bank has been a really great resource for this community.
We have a food pantry, a small food pantry. My son, he began to help me with the food bank, and so I promoted him to be food manager.
I do the receiving of the shipment, the storing and the sorting. I have contacts with the churches, some church leaders that pick up on a regular basis. They pick up a truckload of food to take back to their home churches, and sometimes they use it for witnessing.
The care that he takes in putting together each box, he really individualizes the boxes to the needs of the family. He prays over every box before it leaves the warehouse. And some of those deliveries are up to 80 miles away from the House of Joy.
Their last hope was to come here and they find it. So, they're just so appreciative and joyful to find food.
We decided to build a warehouse big enough to bring more food and other merchandise in there to help the community.
So one of the ways that we've already come alongside the House of Joy is to help with the warehouse. While we were there visiting, was just footers in the ground. Over the past few months, we've been able to see that the walls have been erected and the warehouse is almost complete.
And John 14 said, Jesus said, I am not going to leave you comfortless. I go to the Father. When I get to the Father, I go plead with my Father to send you another comforter, which is the Spirit of truth. And when he comes, he's going to dwell with you. He's going to dwell in you.
With the way that they care for their community, the way that they build relationships in the community to understand the individual needs, they're coming around and loving on people open-handedly and sharing the word of Jesus along the way.
I've seen how much the Lord has done for me. Being able to appreciate it every day changed my perspective on the direction of my life and the purpose of my life. So now I know that my purpose can serve a larger movement of help and expression of love. The smallest things that I do can be amplified to touch somebody far away.
What an amazing story, Steve. And it's, again, another opportunity for us as church here to serve and come alongside people who are doing amazing ministry.
Well, I'm so blown away that we're getting a chance as a body to serve the Navajo people, the Dine people, and to do it among leaders that are so humble. I think that's the mark of everywhere we serve in the world. We serve under men and women that are just giving their lives. And I just feel incredibly grateful to God that we've had these honors and that we get this new opportunity.
Yeah, that's right. Well, friends, you just got to see one story of many stories and ministries that we get to be involved in as Kensington Church. And we want to invite you into an opportunity to give a year-end Christmas gift. And so we want you to pray about that, consider that as you're giving gifts all the way to different people for family lines and things like that. Consider giving a year-end Christmas gift to Kensington. This is what your giving goes to.
It is so many things here locally, nationally, and around the world. And I just want to challenge you. I don't think there's anything better that we could invest our lives in. And we have a track record of gratitude and joy of working with amazing people. It really is exciting.
That's right. So from Steve and I, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.